Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Future Force. Please subscribe and like my videos. Let's begin by looking at the exterior. Picture the oil pipeline cutting through expansive swaths of Russian territory, sturdy steel tubes snaking across fields and forests. Then, visually, let the drone approach. Sleek, unmanned, low-profile machines gliding in, delivering explosive payloads that ignite the pipeline, sending flames and thick black smoke billowing into the sky. The impact instantly transforms a mundane industrial structure into a scene of chaos, where twisted metal and scorching fire dominate. As viewers, you see the stark contrast between the quiet exterior environment and the sudden, violent disruption, a reminder of how quickly infrastructure can be compromised by precise aerial strikes, and how such disruption can ripple outward to affect energy distribution on a global scale. Now, shifting to the interior, dive into the inner workings of the pipeline system. Imagine the high-pressure flow of crude oil coursing through internal valves and pumping stations, controlled meticulously to ensure constant supply. These pumping stations are the nerves and heart of the system, maintaining pressure and regulating throughput. When a drone strike hits one of these, like the key pumping station on the Druzhba pipeline in Russia's Bryansk region, the disruption isn't cosmetic. It stops the flow entirely. The internal systems, valves, pumps, sensors, suffer critical damage, leading to massive oil leaks or shutdowns. Internally, oil may back up, pressure fluctuates, safety mechanisms may fail, pumps overheat or rupture, and containment measures are overwhelmed. Without immediate repairs, the damage internal to the network cascades. Neighboring sections go offline, pressure drops imperil other sections, and the flow to refineries in Europe, like those in Hungary and Slovakia, halts. Viewers should understand that what happens inside those pipes and valves isn't just mechanical, it's strategic. These drone-delivered strikes exploit vulnerabilities deep within infrastructure that external walls conceal. And here you emphasize how Ukraine's drones, especially the long-range, precision-guided loitering munitions such as the N-196 Liutyi, are engineered to penetrate external defenses and precisely damage these critical internal components. The ramifications: entire segments of Russian oil exports are shut down, triggering fuel shortages, refinery suspensions, and global supply recalibrations. Internally, it's catastrophic. In terms of performance, these drone systems showcase incredible range and accuracy. Ukraine's unmanned systems forces, particularly units like the 14th UAV Regiment, have scaled production from just a handful to over 500 long-range strike drones per month. Equipped with optical targeting systems and capable of carrying heavy bombs such as FAB-2, 150 M54, some variants even boast return-to-base capability, extending reach to over 2,000 km. These drones fly deep into Russian territory, evading air defenses, executing pinpoint strikes on refineries, pumping stations, and pipelines, like the Syzran refinery, the Druzhba pipeline's Onechta station, and Rosneft's Ryazan refinery, dealing devastating hits to a significant portion of Russia's oil processing capacity, roughly 17%, equivalent to 1 million barrels per day. Moving to safety features, these are unique given the military context. These drones are designed with stealth in mind, low radar signature, decoy swarms, and high maneuverability. The operational safety lies in the integration of swarm tactics and distraction methods, where some drones draw fire, others slip through to the target. Some carry sophisticated AI or satellite navigation systems enabling precision, reducing collateral damage. Their semi-autonomous targeting helps ensure that even under heavy air defense pressure, at least some units reach and effectively strike the intended infrastructure, and pilots remain far away, safe from direct risk. On the infrastructure side, Russia has limited internal safety features in its vast oil network. Anything from pressure valves kicking in, to fire suppression systems, to emergency shut-offs, yet many facilities lack redundant systems, making them vulnerable to a coordinated strike. When it comes to unique selling points framed in military strategic terms, these drone strikes achieve asymmetric advantage. Ukraine doesn't need large missiles or aircraft. Instead, they deploy relatively inexpensive drones deep into enemy infrastructure. It's cost-effective, scalable, and deniable. The drones can target critical, high value energy assets, disrupt revenue, slow military logistics, and spark geopolitical ramifications. Unlike airstrikes bristling with political baggage, these drone attacks are harder to intercept, harder to anticipate, and cheaper to deploy en masse. Ukraine effectively weaponizes vulnerability in infrastructure to punch above its weight. The synergy of domestic manufacturing like Liutyi drones, creative strategy, and Western source tech allows Ukraine to impose strategic damage while minimizing resource expenditure. Let's address price. The unit cost of Liutyi drones advanced but one-way munitions is roughly $200 each. When compared to missiles costing millions, these drones deliver high-value results at a fraction of the cost. Damage inflicted on a single refinery or pumping station, valued potentially in the hundreds of millions, makes each drone a force multiplier. In aggregate, Ukraine's strategy combines modest investment in drone manufacturing and operational capacity to yield disproportionate disruption to Russian economic and military logistics. In conclusion, these drone strikes represent a paradigm shift. Exterior visuals capture the shock and spectacle. Interior insight reveals the mechanisms of disruption. Performance showcases Ukraine's growing drone capabilities. Safety features ensure operational resilience. Unique selling points highlight asymmetry in modern warfare. Pricing underscores strategic efficiency, and the conclusion calls viewers to reflect on how new tech reshapes conflict. Ukraine's drones are not just weapons. They are symbols of ingenuity under pressure, brokers of disruption, and strategic messengers in a war for infrastructure, energy, and influence. As these operations intensify, the global energy landscape, wartime economics, and strategic balance continue to shift.